Every day, billions of people around the world pick up a bag of chips. Take a sip of icy cold cola, or open a pack of jelly. These foods are crispy, tasty, and sweet. They are affordable and within easy reach, but it hides a disturbing fact. They could be silent threats to your health. You're not just eating calories. You're also consuming ticking time bombs of chronic disease. Don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to help you see the truth, to protect your health and your family's well-being. Welcome to our channel, TopBit. We'll take you into a colorful yet dangerous world of modern food. We'll uncover the secrets of the world's top 10 junk food and explore how they've swept across the globe and quietly changed our health. Now let's count down. Number 10, processed meats. From German sausages and American bacon to Brazilian barbecue skewers. They stand out for their unique salty flavor and convenience. Processed meats have become regulars on family tables around the world. Whether it's a breakfast hot dog or a holiday ham platter, their tempting taste has won over billions of taste buds around the world. However, behind their glossy appearance and rich flavor lies a worrying health concern. Most processed meats are made from ground scraps and trimmings reformed into uniform products. The process often involves large amounts of sodium, saturated fat, and additives like nitrites. These are added to extend shelf life and enhance taste. Though nitrites preserve and brighten the meat, excessive long-term intake may convert into carcinogenic nitrosamines, increasing the risk of colon and stomach cancers. Studies show that people who frequently eat processed meats have a significantly higher chance of developing cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. The World Health Organization has classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen and strongly advises limiting its consumption. Even more alarming is that some manufacturers, in pursuit of the lowest cost, often loosen control over meat sourcing and quality. Some may even use low-grade meat or animal leftovers as raw material, which adds serious hidden risks to food safety. A single hot dog can contain up to 700 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly half of the daily recommended intake for an adult. Some premium hams and sausages have fat and cholesterol levels far beyond healthy standards, although processed meats offer taste and convenience. Their long-term impact on human health should not be ignored. Medical experts widely recommend choosing fresh, natural, and unprocessed meats instead, such as chicken breast, lean beef, or fish combined with vegetables and whole grains for a balanced diet. Health starts with your choices. Skipping one sausage and adding one steamed fish might be your first step toward avoiding chronic diseases and living longer. Remember, behind convenience, there's often a hidden health cost you can't see. Let's start today by making wiser choices for every bite on our plate. Number 9, donut. These cute, soft, and sweet round pastries are often coated with glaze, chocolate syrup, or colorful sprinkles. They are a favorite treat for breakfast or afternoon tea for many people. Donuts are popular not only in Europe and America, but also in many countries around the world. They are especially loved by young people and children. The history of donuts dates back to Dutch immigrants in the 19th century. They brought fried dough-like sweets to the U.S., which gradually evolved into today's hollow-centered pastry. However, donuts hide health risks that should not be ignored. First, they are typically high in calories. 100 grams contain between 227 and 350 kcal. A regular-sized donut contains about 70 to 100 kcal. Donuts are mainly made of white flour, sugar, butter, cream, and eggs. These ingredients are high in sugar and fat. After deep frying, donuts absorb large amounts of trans fats and saturated fats. This not only increases the calorie count dramatically, but may also damage the cardiovascular system. In addition, donuts have a high glycemic index. After eating, they quickly spike blood sugar levels, making you feel energetic for a short while. But a rapid drop in blood sugar usually follows. This blood sugar roller coaster can easily leave people feeling tired and hungry. Repeated episodes reduce insulin sensitivity and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Frequent and long-term intake of donuts may lead to weight gain, obesity, and high blood pressure. Excess trans fats and saturated fats can also harm cardiovascular health. Continuous high-calorie intake may also trigger metabolic syndrome. Children and the elderly, with weaker metabolism, should be especially cautious. Enjoying a donut occasionally is harmless, but don't make it a daily snack. For better health, we should choose lower sugar, more natural alternatives, like whole wheat bread or fresh fruit. Number 8. Candy and chocolate bars. Chocolate can be traced back to Mesoamerican civilizations around 1900 BCE. At that time, the Mayans and Aztecs already regarded cacao as sacred. They made ritual drinks from cacao, symbolizing power and blessings. Today, it has transformed into a modern snack with fancy packaging and rich flavors. It has become a symbol of humanity's craving for sweetness. From supermarket checkouts to children's parties, candy and chocolate are everywhere. These colorful treats are loved by all age groups, but their health risks are often overlooked. Take a regular chocolate bar as an example. It usually contains about 25 grams of sugar. That's equivalent to half a can of cola with around 200 calories. A standard chocolate bar, about 45 grams, may contain 25 to 30 grams of sugar. That far exceeds the WHO's recommended daily sugar intake limit. Excessive sugar intake easily causes tooth decay and obesity. It also causes rapid blood sugar fluctuations and affects insulin function. Over time, it may trigger diabetes, fatty liver, and other metabolic diseases. Candy's portability and low price make it a source of happiness. Children and teenagers often become dependent without even realizing it. Worse still, many candies contain artificial colors and flavors. These additives are especially harmful to children's health. They may affect attention, immunity, and even nervous system development. From Mayan sacred offerings to modern fast-moving goods, chocolate has come a long way. But the real sweetness lies not in every sugary bite, but in the wisdom of moderation and self-control. Rather than indulging, try enjoying candy occasionally. This satisfies your cravings while protecting your health. Parents should also guide children to choose healthier snacks. For example, natural nuts or dried fruits with lower sugar content. Let health and sweetness coexist without being controlled by sugar. Number 7. Potato chips. This crispy snack is almost everywhere, from movie theaters to office drawers. Potato chips are always one of the most popular choices. Salty, tasty, and crunchy. It's hard to stop once you start, but you may not know that the production process is quite shocking. Potatoes are sliced thin and deep-fried at high temperatures until crispy, then seasoned with salt, MSG, and flavoring. This process not only strips away the original nutrients of the potato, but turns it into a high-calorie, high-fat, hidden killer. A small bag of chips, about 50 g, contains 10 grams of fat. That's the same as a whole tablespoon of butter. Sodium levels often exceed 500 milligrams, more than half of the WHO's recommended daily intake. The calories are shocking, 300 to 400 kilocalories in one go. Worse, you can't stop eating them because MSG and artificial flavorings stimulate the brain's reward system, creating the illusion of feeling hungrier as you eat more. Many chips aren't made from fresh potatoes, but from potato powder and additives. After repeated deep frying, they may produce harmful substances like acrylamide. This is classified as a possible carcinogen by the WHO to cut costs. Many manufacturers use low-quality vegetable oils. These oils, when repeatedly heated, form trans fats. Trans fats are the enemy of cardiovascular health. Long-term consumption increases risks of hypertension, atherosclerosis, and heart disease. Ironically, many chip manufacturers rarely eat their own products. They know the hidden health risks, but continue to lure us with ads and packaging. Potato chips not only cause excessive fat and calorie intake, but also gradually replace the nutritious food we should be eating. Children, teenagers, and even the elderly, have all become victims of this taste temptation. So for your and your family's health, try to choose more natural snack alternatives. For example, unsweetened nuts, dried fruits, whole grain crisps, or homemade roasted sweet potato slices. Let deliciousness and health no longer conflict. True enjoyment is not eating more, but eating right and eating with peace of mind. Your body will thank you for today's choice. Number 6. Jelly. Colorful and bouncy in texture, jelly is a snack extremely popular among children. It's found everywhere. From supermarket shelves to school tuck shops, jelly is almost everywhere. But you may not know this seemingly cute dessert hides many health hazards. Jelly has very low nutritional density. Its main ingredients are carbohydrates and sodium, and it contains almost no protein, vitamins, or key minerals like iron and calcium. Long-term intake of jelly may affect the body's absorption of proper nutrients, leading to deficiencies in protein and trace elements. This is especially concerning for growing children. The sugar content of jelly can reach 15 to 25 grams per 100 g. That's equivalent to 3 to 5 sugar cubes. This hidden sugar intake can easily cause excessive calories, increasing obesity risks. Even worse, it can lead to diabetes, fatty liver, and hyperlipidemia. Besides high sugar, the jelly-making process is also problematic to create bright colors and fruity flavors. Manufacturers often add artificial flavors, synthetic colorings, and sweeteners. Gelatin, thickeners, and preservatives are commonly used, extending shelf life, but offering almost no health benefit. Some even use industrial-grade gelatin, posing safety concerns. Jelly is a typical low-nutrition, high-calorie food. It provides almost no real energy but disrupts metabolic functions. Some jellies contain large amounts of gelatin, but it's not real animal protein. It's a highly processed substitute, and the body can hardly absorb it. Even more worrying, jelly's slippery texture can pose choking hazards, especially for young children. Small jelly cups are especially risky and are banned or warned against in several countries, so parents should be extra cautious when choosing snacks for their kids. Don't let jelly become a child's everyday treat, instead of eating something that just looks good. Try a handful of nuts or a bowl of sliced fruits. These snacks are both tasty and truly healthy. Helping children develop smart eating habits from a young age is the most precious gift we can give them. Not just sweet, but meaningful. Let's help children choose foods that are both delicious and nutritious. Build their awareness for a lifetime of healthy choices. That's a true gift of love. Carbonated drinks, ranked, Marlboro 5, Coke, Sprite, and Fanta. These fizzy drinks are among the best-selling beverages worldwide. Carbonated drinks rank among the most consumed beverages on Earth. The history of carbonated drinks dates back to the late 18th century. They were originally invented as a type of stomach medicine. With their refreshing fizz and intense sweetness, they quickly conquered taste buds around the world. But in the eyes of nutritionists, carbonated drinks are hidden liquid sugar bombs. A 330 milliliter can of healthy sugar content is as high as 35 grams. That's about 9 teaspoons of white sugar. The calorie count? Around 140. These drinks provide no real nourishment. In fact, they bring a series of health risks. Let's start with tooth erosion. The sugars and acids wear down enamel, leading to cavities and tooth sensitivity over time, and the damage goes beyond your mouth. High sugar intake rapidly spikes blood glucose, putting extra stress on your pancreas. Over time, this may cause insulin resistance, a gateway to type 2 diabetes. Eventually, your body struggles to regulate blood sugar at all. Studies show people who regularly drink sugary beverages have a significantly higher risk of developing diabetes. Millions of cases worldwide are directly linked to soda consumption. Frequent consumption of sugary drinks is also tied to obesity, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. And young people are especially vulnerable. They face not only weight issues, but also disruptions in hormones and growth. Phosphoric acid in sodas also interferes with calcium absorption, reducing bone density over time. This raises fracture and osteoporosis risks, especially for women and the elderly. Studies suggest frequent soda drinkers may experience premature immune aging, which makes recovery slower and infections more likely. That means your body fights less effectively over time. Nutritionists recommend children completely avoid soda. Adults should limit intake to no more than 250 milliliters per week. If you can't resist, drink with a straw and rinse your mouth afterward. That helps reduce harm to your teeth. Try sparkling water with fruit slices or mint as a smart replacement. It's tasty, refreshing, and far healthier. Your body deserves gentler treatment. Don't let one can of soda ruin your health. Future choose wisely, sip smart. Your health is worth more than a sugary thrill. Replace soda with better habits. Your body will thank you. Flavor your water, not your regrets. Delicious, refreshing, and guilt-free. That's the smart way to drink. Your body deserves more kindness. Don't let a can of sweetness ruin your health tomorrow. Choose your future over a fleeting sip. Ranked number 4, instant noodles. Instant noodles. This quick and easy food has long become a symbol of global fast food culture. They were first invented in 1958 by Momofuku Ando, a Japanese inventor of Chinese descent. The original intention was to provide convenient hot meals for people after the war. Decades later, instant noodles are now a global staple. They've entered the homes, bags, and hearts of billions. Students, office workers, travelers. Everyone knows them. Why? They're cheap, tasty, and fast. But behind the deliciousness lurks a long list of health concerns. Instant noodles are mainly made of wheat flour. The noodles are preserved through deep frying or hot air drying. They may look golden and crispy, but they lack dietary fiber, protein, and essential vitamins. Instead, they're packed with oil, sodium, and MSG. A single packet of instant noodles can contain up to 1,500 milligrams of sodium, more than half the recommended daily intake. Flavor packets often contain MSG and artificial flavorings. These boost the taste, but may cause dry mouth, dizziness, or even Chinese restaurant syndrome. Even more concerning, trans fats. Many instant noodles are fried in oil, leaving behind trans fatty acids. Long-term intake raises cholesterol and heart disease risk, and this leads to an increase in cholesterol to extend shelf life. They also contain preservatives, antioxidants, and stabilizers. These are legal, but excessive intake isn't good for health. Relying on instant noodles as a staple food long-term leads to serious nutrient deficiencies. Low protein affects muscle and bone development. Lack of vitamins can weaken immunity and brain function. Studies show frequent instant noodle consumption is linked to metabolic syndrome, including belly fat, insulin resistance, and diabetes. Some people add ham, cheese, even syrup to their noodles, unknowingly piling on more sodium, fat, and additives. This only worsens the health risk. Instant noodles aren't poison, but they're far from an ideal daily meal. They're fine as emergency food, but not something you should eat often. Especially not as your go-to dinner. Once in a while, sure. But always pair it with vegetables, eggs, or tofu. Boost nutrition, reduce harm. Choosing healthier meals starts by saying goodbye to instant noodles. Let your body feel real nourishment and balance. Health begins with better choices. Fuel your life, not just your hunger. Ranked number 3, popcorn. This light, crunchy snack. You might think of it only as a movie theater treat, but did you know? Popcorn is actually one of the oldest snacks in human history. Thousands of years ago, Native American tribes were already popping corn over fire. Simple, tasty, and timeless. From ancient fires to modern cinemas, popcorn has traveled through time, but along the way it changed. Today's movie theater popcorn. A large, harmless-looking bucket of popcorn. The calories may actually exceed a fast food meal for two. Yes, even more than 2 burgers and a soda. Why? The secret lies in oil and sugar. Most commercial popcorn is made using hydrogenated vegetable oil. This oil is packed with trans fats. Trans fats raise bad cholesterol, damage blood vessels. In order to enhance the flavor, merchants also add butter flavoring, artificial flavors, and even margarine. Not to mention preservatives and antioxidants. You think you're enjoying a film, but you're actually swallowing a full serving of a high-risk combo meal. Over time, this type of popcorn leads to weight gain and a higher risk of heart disease and diabetes. Some studies have also found it may be associated with the development of cancers such as colon cancer and breast cancer for children, seniors, or those with high blood pressure or cholesterol. The danger is even greater. But here's the good news. Popcorn isn't the villain at its core. It's a whole grain. Naturally high in fiber and nutrients. The problem is how it's made. If you make it at home, it can be a healthy snack. Use an air popper. No butter, no sugar, less salt, and you'll rediscover popcorn's original, healthy form. Moderation is key. Don't let it go from movie companion to health threat. Delicious and healthy don't have to be opposites. Sometimes it just takes a smarter choice. Ranked number 2, bubble tea. This sweet and creamy drink has become the go-to happy drink for young people. But did you know? Milk tea dates back over 1,000 years to the Mongolian plateau. It began as a warming survival drink for nomads in the snow. Today it's a trendy street favorite. But what comes with it isn't just pleasure, not just a delight for your taste bud. There are also huge health risks. A 500 ml full sugar milk tea can contain 50 to 60 grams of sugar. That's about 10 to 12 sugar cubes. But the WHO recommends adults should consume no more than 25 grams of sugar per day. That is, meaning 1 cup could exceed 2 days' worth. Drinking it daily, long-term, raises your diabetes risk by 26% and your obesity risk by 35% to 40%, but that's not all. Many milk teas also contain artificial additives, like non-dairy creamer, flavoring, and thickeners. These often carry trans fats, which are known as the chronic poison for your heart. They quietly damage insulin function and disrupt metabolism. Many believe milk tea gives them energy, but it only provides empty calories. With almost no protein, vitamins, or minerals. Research shows sugary drinks, people who consume sugary beverages on a long-term basis. The risk of chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, and heart disease is significantly increased. This is not a drink. This is a liquid bomb. With every sweet sip, you might be draining your health savings. What's even more terrifying is milk tea is highly addictive. High sugar and high fat combination stimulates dopamine secretion in the brain, making you crave more. Of course, milk tea isn't pure evil. Drink in moderation, choose low sugar and low fat versions, and control the frequency. It is a more rational approach. For example, choose dairy-free, low sugar or sugar-free versions at most, once a week. A balanced diet will not cause it to become a health hazard. Milk tea, born on the ancient grasslands, has been redefined in today's cities. Sweetness is its temptation. It's also its trap. If you want real happiness, you don't need life-saving tea. You need discipline and clarity. Ranked number 1. Artificial cream pastries, from French macarons to Indian gulab jamun to British cream scone. These desserts, with their rich textures and sweet flavors, have conquered taste buds around the world. They're often seen at breakfasts, holidays, parties, and birthdays, symbols of joy, celebration, and comfort. But behind the pretty packaging and rich aroma lurks a serious health warning. High sugar and high fat are common traits. One medium-sized cream cake can contain over 400 calories, with more than 50% of that coming from fat, and those fancy versions with extra cream even worse. Take gulab jamun, for example. Soaked in syrup for a long time, a small piece of it may have nearly 250 calories. Eat 2 and you're already hitting a full meal's worth of calories. Think you're eating dessert? You're really consuming a calorie bomb. More worrying. Many pastries don't use real cream. They use artificial cream or non-dairy creamer. These are made from hydrogenated vegetable oils, which contain large amounts of trans fats. Studies show trans fats increase bad cholesterol and lower the good kind, boosting the risk of heart disease. What's even more frightening is that trans fats can interfere with the body's metabolic system, leading to chronic inflammation and insulin resistance. Some studies even link it to cancer. Many manufacturers know this. They themselves never consume this industrial cream, but generously spread it all over the cake and served it on your table. And the refined sugar in these sweets, it puts extra strain on your liver. Over time, this may lead to obesity, diabetes, and fatty liver. Kids love desserts, and even adults can't resist. But it's time to rethink how often we indulge. If you really crave dessert, choose lower sugar, lower fat, natural alternatives, or simply eat less, and not too often. A bite or two once in a while won't hurt. But turning dessert into a habit might slowly drain your health. So next time you see that cream-covered cake, why not be more rational and less impulsive? Real, lasting sweetness isn't in the sugar. It's in how you treat your body with care. These look delicious food. From street food to convenience stores, it is almost everywhere. They satisfy our taste buds, but it is quietly draining our health. You think you're just satisfying a craving, but you might be planting the seeds of future illness. True health, not to restrain every bite. It's about seeing the real cost behind the pleasure. Enjoy. Yes, loving yourself isn't about fancy food. It's about giving your body what it truly needs. Say no to junk food. Not just to get slim, but to live longer, stronger, and with more control among these 10 harmful foods. Which one is the hardest for you to give up? And what's your first step toward change? Tell me in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.